What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Future Fight. So today, just gonna jump right in, and we're gonna be talking about Mysterio. Okay, so Mysterio got a summer uniform, which was surprising. I think some people thought that he was gonna get a tier 4, and I thought that, but we didn't. So we end up getting a uniform for a character that already has a potential transcendence. To be perfectly honest, I don't really like the uniform at all. I don't care for it in the slightest, and it is, and I don't mean that because of like the power of the uniform. Like, he is really good with this uniform on, but I just don't like the uniform. Not to mention the 1750 crystal cost inside there. It's just not a good looking uniform to me. Like, I don't know, something Arata just doesn't feel like Mysterio enough. And to be honest with you, when I look at the character overall, comparing him to like some of the blast type characters that are in the game, and that he's sitting inside the transcendence skill category, I just feel like you're gonna end up with a character that's like back of the bus at some point really soon. So he's gonna basically be Shadowland clear character for you. But he has been clearing some really high content for players, so therefore you just really can't, like, you know, pull off on just saying, like, if you need a blast mail villain to do content, he's gonna be really good for you. So let's take a look at his uniform upgrade options inside here. First up, we get Avril Kincaid, Quasar, and this is a good uniform because it is her current uniform. I'm not saying that, you know, it's the best uniform or that you're going to be rocking around with Quasar to complete content, but it is a good uniform in my opinion because it is Quasar's most recent uniform. So Quasar fans will have that. Is it powerful? Is it meta? No, it's not. It's just not, but that's just what it is. Next up, we get Professor X on the Quiet Council. This is obviously a good uniform for Professor X. It's his most recent uniform in the game. It's a really cool uniform too for Professor X. So if you don't have it, I would highly suggest probably picking it up. Not that, you know, Professor X is like meta for you in any shape, form, or way, but it's a good uniform. Then we get Silver Surfer Black. I have a feeling that we're gonna end up seeing a Silver Surfer update, and this uniform is gonna hit obsolescence on you, but it is his most recent uniform that he has. Problem suggesting it is like he's fallen so hard out of the power tiers. You know, he needs an update obviously at this point, but it is a good uniform for Silver Surfer because it is his most recent uniform. So players who, you know, you're already going to be players are going to be already jumping inside Giant Boss Raid playing Galactus and getting that character, so it's a good uniform overall for him. Then what do we get next? We get Titania. So it is Titania's most recent uniform, and it's a good uniform for her too. I've seen plenty of people play with her inside ABX to varying, you know, success. So it's a good uniform. You can't complain about it, basically, right? Can't complain about it. And then we get Shuri, Black Panther's Wakanda Forever uniform, which still has me pissed off. Like, why are we not getting Shuri's? I get that we couldn't get a tier 4 Shuri at the time, right? But why did we not get the Black Panther costume for Shuri? It just pisses me off. So it is Shuri's most recent uniform inside there. Oh man, I forgot to upgrade. My only complaint there is that I just really want to see the Black Panther uniform. Like, why do you guys keep shitting on these characters? Like, for real. So really simple for Mysterio to get his ranking up there. The one thing that is cool about the uniform is his helmet with the head, but it does remind me of like Zordon from Power Rangers sitting inside that bubble. Just a weird uniform look to me. It's not bad anyway, shape or form like that. It ain't me, so it's just not for me. I do have his 3-star Master of Illusionists, but it's not set to his which has the passive on there for ignore target's dodge rate. And increase basic damage dealt to superhero faction by 10% as well. So let's take a look at the skills for my man Mysterio. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I use Mysterio on a regular. I use Mysterio for Shadowland content. That's the absolute truth. He's probably gonna stay Shadowland content for me. I don't really see him being outside the realm of there. Like, am I gonna use him over Magneto? Probably not. Am I gonna use him out? Like, really, I don't see the place that place where I would be using him over somebody else. So his uniform effect, he does has that increase all basic attacks by 50, the 30% chance to penetrate, and decrease basic damage received as well. He does get his passives for Cunning Battle, which gives him increased skill damage by 40 and 40, and it applies to super villain allies. Increase basic damage dealt to boss types by 40% and increase all basic attacks by 30%. So we get to see a DPS support character inside of here, and I think this is going to be cool because I could basically set Mysterio with like Magneto or Thanos and get the passive buff from him for the 40% to boss types and increase all basic attacks by 30% as well. So his tier 1 ability, nice little wave roll over here, nothing really on it, mind damage for 100%, that's it. We get a V-pad skill. We all know how much we love V-pad skills, and his number 2 is Summer Illusion, which has stun and the recovery of 20% HP that happens right in the beginning. Nice V-pad skill from Mysterio right there. Now his third one, he gets barrier and his accumulation happens on this skill 1%. So nice little water waves pop up. It's just like, I don't know, something about it. Maybe it's the sound effects, or maybe it's the how slowly everything pulls up, but I just don't feel like there's like a lot of impact on those skills. Then we get his fourth skill, Illusion Throw, which has the decrease to mind resistance, paralysis, the 100% chance to grant all damage immunity, his frenzy buff for 40, 40, and 10, which isn't bad, right? So you get the anchor that comes up, drops down on people, and that's it. It's a really quick skill, right? Then we get Unreality, which is his incapacitation, which removes the active buff from the target and decrease all defenses by 50%. The Invincible for 5 seconds and increase basic damage for 50% for 1 attack. Nice little aquarium basically comes with the whales and the sharks inside there, and it looks really good. And then we still keep his Transcendent skill, right? So the Transcendent skill is inside there, basically summons in Vulture and Electro to do some damage, and you know, it's, I can't remember who I was watching, it might have been Beast Mode, and I think he said it perfectly. There's one thing that looking at Mysterio's like his Transcendent skill, there was no reason to change it whatsoever because it was already a beautiful skill, especially with him coming up out of there. The VFX on it and everything like that was really good. It's just like, to me, some of the rest of the skills just leave something to be desired, and I would have liked to see a little bit more from Mysterio inside of here, and maybe, I don't know where they would have gone, but I think there's other places that they could have gone with this character, let alone I question why you had to go there with this character. Like, to see Mysterio getting an upgrade without, you know, like characters like Shuri getting their tier 4s and, you know, their uniforms, and then see Mysterio jump in the game. It's like, what? Why my guy? Why? But overall, I think the uniform, from looking at it perform inside of World Boss Legend, it definitely has some viability, so that way you can complete higher tier levels of World Boss, where he meets the tag requirements. If you're not, then I just, you know, he's basically going to sit inside your inventory as a Shadowland clear character, and that's just what it is. Oh wait, hold on. Let's take a look at the practice combos inside here. Let me turn these off. Always forget those. So obviously simple rotation 3, 4, 5, 3, because that's where his accumulation starts. And then we can just rotate really simple and easy to rotate through. Not too bad. And then we got the his Transcendent skill, which is a 6, 3, 4, and then 5. Really simple. And to be honest with you, he's in iframe for those skills, and it's just like, he does what he needs to do in order to clear and complete content. So not a whole lot to complain about with my man Mysterio. You know, take him to level 80, or excuse me, level 70, and transcend him if you haven't already, and you basically have a good World Boss Legend clear type character and Blast, and you have a good support character. I think the support alone is what makes the uniform worth it, but the fact that he's a support DPS is the really good thing, because I think without that support, I don't care that he's the new like essentially the way I look at him is he's like the new Moonstone, right? He's the blast character that's punching way above his weight with the uniform and the level that he's at. However, you know, if it was just that and he was just giving me DPS, I'd probably use somebody else. The good thing for Mysterio though that I believe is, like, if you go to the blast type characters, right, and you go to the male blast type supervillains, you get a very limited tool set of characters that are currently in the game. Now, we did just get Malekith, right? So he's there, and we'll probably have some expectation at some point that we're going to have to see Mephistos and, you know, goddamn, Gore and Kangs get their tier 4s, Ultrons, to make them more powerful characters, because as they've released them right now and where they sit, they weren't powerful at the tier 3 levels that they are, which hardly justifies like the characters being the world boss legends that they are. These should have been like level 3.5 characters when they got released as native tier 3s and stuff like that, but they just, you know, they don't sit anywhere within the game frame of being powerful. Now, could we see, you know, characters like Strafe get an update? Could we see characters like Wenwu finally get an update? I doubt it. But but when you look at this list of blast supervillains, is the point that I'm making, is there's not a whole lot inside the field, right? Like, we just got Malekith, we just got Enchantress, we recently got MODOK inside of here, so we're fleshing out those blast type villains inside the game, which isn't necessarily a bad thing at all, to be perfectly honest. It's just, what are you gonna do from here? That's all it is. So let me know what you guys think about Mysterio. Are you going to pick up his uniform, or are you planning on leaving it on the sidelines to, you know, save crystals for another character? To be honest with you, if I was a free-to-play character and I already had the likes of Magneto and even Malekith, where he just released that, along with, like, you know, MODOK, at that 1750 crystal price, I'd probably leave it sitting on the side instead of like purchasing that character. That's just me. I didn't, like, you know, that's me being truthful. If I was 100% free to play and I wasn't kept creating content, Mysterio's just not a character that's going to get my playtime very much. That's just the truth of the matter. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, peace.